Up next, we have Peter Casurella. Now, Peter moved to the big city of Lethbridge from Didsbury. We won't hold that against you. Today, he works on public policy for the Lethbridge Chamber of Commerce. He indulges his passion for community building through sitting on numerous local committees. His personal motto is always improve, and he hopes to bring that energy and ethic to the service of our community and to the stage tonight. Peter, it's all yours.
Thanks, Trevor. It's intimidating going after Roy. He's so well-spoken, and he memorizes everything he says, too. I do not have that advantage. So I'm good to go whenever you are. So I want to talk today about how we plan and select community projects in Lethbridge with the suggestion that our thinking needs to change. If we want to realize the vision of a modern, sustainable city, we need to start planning for that future by design. I'm going to share some examples, and I'm going to talk about and present one project that captures the vision I have in mind. This is our NMAX Center. It's built in '72 for just over $4 million. The NMAX can host over 7,000 people at a time, and because it was built in the heart of Lethbridge, this natural collector drives immense amounts of secondary economic activity as people walk to surrounding shops, restaurants, bars, and arts venues. Close to transit, with hotels right across the street, the NMAX wasn't just built to host great events. It was built as part of a visionary community plan to grow economic and cultural activity and create synergies with the other facilities and businesses around it. Except it wasn't. Here's the NMAX, surrounded by zoning that completely blocks secondary economic development, located on the edge of the city, and without serious redevelopment, the truth is that the NMAX is never going to achieve the economic impacts that it could have if it had been part of a larger systems view to how we plan and select projects. The NMAX is a missed opportunity because it was designed as a one-off project, not as part of a larger system of economic and social activity. I'd like to show you another example, though. This is Fredericton, New Brunswick. Fredericton's a city of just under 60,000 people. I got to spend 5 days there this past September. It's a beautiful city, full of large trees and old houses, nestled on the banks of the St. John River. This is the Fredericton Playhouse. It's in the heart of downtown Fredericton, kitty corner to their art gallery, straight across the street from the Legislative Assembly, directly connected to their convention center, and facing the Crown Plaza Hotel. The conference that I attended moved participants around to meeting spaces in the hotel and the convention center, and during our stay, attendees could take in nightly shows at the Playhouse. Actors from the play milled about during network events in the convention center in period costumes, adding to the unique feel of being in Fredericton and promoting the show itself. Not having a car in Fredericton? No problem. Everything was walkable. Attendees were sent out to have networking dinners at dozens of different restaurants. My colleagues and I wandered down the street to nearby pubs. I kept passing this neat little shop that had lots of Harry Potter paraphernalia, and I stopped in and bought a shirt for my wife. She's a Ravenclaw, definitely. Conference attendees could visit art galleries, civic buildings, and the full range of shopping options while being only steps away from their hotels on the banks of the river. Our convention hosted 400 people. Each of them dropped thousands in the community on shopping, accommodations, and food. Everything was located so effectively that you couldn't help but have a good experience. I'm talking about it right now, here to you. This is the type of visionary planning and the kind of outcome that we need to head towards in Lethbridge when we plan and select projects. Our community is growing, and there's more and more demands for new facilities. Last spring's CIP saw over $284 million worth of projects competing for a pool of only $62.5 million. With this reality, we need to be strategic. Here's what visionary planning looks like. You select and build projects based on the assessment of the one that has the greatest economic and social impact to the community, and you fit it into a broader plan to use that facility to drive other impacts as well. A good example is a combined performing arts and convention center, as recommended by the Chamber of Commerce and the recent MDX study by EDL. This project could create the kind of environment like Fredericton's and achieve the integration I'm talking about. Why does it need to be combined? Well, a multi-use facility is easier to fund than a single-purpose facility. It's far easier to fund than two single-purpose facilities. And the way that provincial and federal grant works is that they prioritize sustainability, economic impact, and cooperative planning. You also open up new grant possibilities. One building project is cheaper than two, and one management and operational staff is cheaper than two. Conference centers and performing arts spaces are naturally synergetic. They cross-promote and can enhance each other. A convention center with a performing arts space is a natural draw for arts-focused conventions and events, and the proximity of art spaces increases the competitiveness of convention spaces immensely. A multi-use facility is more sustainable. and it's much more likely to produce surpluses year over year for the organization that manages it. Finally, such a facility would help grow our arts community, which grows our knowledge workforce, helping Lethbridge retain the kind of young, educated individuals that studies show drive innovation and progress. Lethbridge can have this. The final vision I want to leave you with is this. The U of L hosts Canada's second largest art collections hidden away in storage vaults. Imagine the impact if the university could be brought in as a partner and our multi-use center could host their collection as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the kind of cooperative, integrated planning that our city needs to embrace if we're going to be all that we can be. All it would take is vision, compromise, and a whole lot of cooperation. Thank you very much.